Hello and welcome to the last video of web penetration testing with Kali Linux. In this video we're going to talk about Mod Security, which is a very popular web application firewall on the internet. Mod Security, or sometimes called ModSec, is an Apache module. It is free, open source, and available on the internet for download. It's a very popular web application firewall which can be used on the top of your Apache server and provide security to your web application. We're going to go through the installation steps for Mod Security and the configuration step for it to secure our DVWA application. These steps are pretty much identical and they can be used for any other application as well. So whatever application that you have, which is running on Apache, you could basically follow the same process to install Mod Security and secure your application. As you can see, the first step is obviously to install Mod Security on the top of Apache, and you can see the command that we need to do in there, apt-get install. So once we get the Mod Security installed, the next step is to create the configuration file on etc Mod Security. There is a simple recommended example configuration file as part of the installation. So we basically need to use that and copy it to the production configuration file. So that's what we're doing here, as you can see. The next important step is to download the rule sets. So there are some free rule sets available on the internet. We can download that from GitHub. And those rule sets would include all the violations and signatures and what is important for Mod Security to work. And those rule sets are updated on a regular basis as well. So you can download those rule sets from GitHub with the command that you can see on the screen. And once you downloaded those rule sets, you need to copy those rule sets to Mod Security CRS folder. There is a configuration example file for that rule set as well that we need to create a copy to actual configuration file. So if you follow these few steps, you will have all the rule sets available on your Mod Security as well. Next step is we want to activate the rules. So we create a new folder, call it activated rules, and create the shortcuts to all of the rules on that particular CRS rules that we downloaded. Next, we need to go to Apache security configuration and include the CRS config file and activated rules in there to make sure our Mod Security knows about the CRS rules and knows about the CRS configuration. In order to get the Apache Mod Security works, we need to enable the header module, and we simply can do that by that command a2enmod headers. And once we've done that, we need to restart the Apache server to get it working. So once we follow all these steps, we are all ready and set, and we could start obviously testing our application. I'm just going to go to my Linux machine here and show you a few things. As I mentioned, you can see there is etc Mod Security folder here, and there is this modsecurity.conf in there. So if I modify that Mod Security conf, you can see that the security rule engine by default is in detection only. So it's not going to block anything, but it is going to log the attacks and log the violations. If we change that to on, it would start blocking, but we're not going to do that now. I will demonstrate that a bit later. So The other thing that you need to know, as I mentioned, so I downloaded all the rules. So you see the CRS and the activated rules are all here. So they are all basically rules that could be used for mode security configuration. So once we've done all these and the Apache server is restarted, of course we need to make sure our Apache configuration file, security configuration file includes the ones that I mentioned. So you can see that the CRS configuration file and the CRS rules are included there. So once they are all in place, we restart the Apache server with the command that I had on the screen. And once we've done that, our mode security is in operation mode. Just to show you how it works, if I just type tail-f var log Apache and modsec is in tail mode. And if I go back to my browser, I got my DVWA running here. So if I click on command injection and I try to basically initiate an attack here, so I just change the security to low and submit and go back to command injection and run the command, and you can see that I successfully have an attack on this DVWA right now because my mode security is still in detect mode and it's not in blocking mode. But if I go back to my server, you see that there are a whole bunch of things detected in there. And the logs are telling us that some basically violations or some attacks have been detected on the mode security. So this is a simple demonstration of mode security in detect only mode. So just because it was in detect only, it wasn't going to block anything, but it did have some visibility of the attack. So now we're going to go and change this from detection only to protection. So once we do this, then mode security would start to block things. So in order for it to be working, we need to restart our Apache server as well. And once the Apache server is restarted, we go back to the DVWA and we try the same thing again. And as you see, that is actually blocking me this time. So it says you don't have permission to access. So this is simply because my mode security is now blocking accessing to that particular directory, and it's matching a signature and it finds obviously the violation. So this is a very good demonstration of web application firewall and how it works. And if we just check the logs again, you would see that the violations have been detected here as well, and it has been blocked. So mode security is a very good web application firewall, free, available on the internet, and it works on the top of Apache server, and you can go and download it and install it for yourself and get it working. By that, I'd like to say thank you very much for being with me for this course. It was a pleasure to be with you guys, and I hope to work again together. Thank you and bye.